I just want to put this out there. I'm officially fed up with Fitz. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of Fitz doing the voice thing he does when Steph hits a big shot. Anytime Wiseman doesn't like throw up on himself, Wiseman with the rebound, like that sort of thing. It's so tiresome, and it's kind of disrespectful to Wiseman that he just doesn't let him be. He's trying so hard to sell Wiseman as the future that it's patronizing, and it's unfair to him, because the only thing I saw tonight watching James Wiseman is he's played 1,200 minutes of basketball in 4 years, and there's no chance on earth he can help this team in the playoffs this year. He looks like a multi-year project, because he should be, because he hasn't played basketball in a few years.
And the most depressing thing about all of this is that I don't know if James Wiseman believes in himself that he can be successful on the Golden State Warriors. It's been a very tough road for him on this team. Injury, the team around him being bad, and then now him having to be this type of player where I think he's trying to change himself into the type of player that can help the Warriors and not a player that he's comfortable being. Not that I'm saying he's going to be a good player playing the way that he wants to, but he is just... when I watch Moses Moody pump fake from 3 and not shoot, I'm like, yeah, he's in his head. Right? Like Steve Kerr's telling him like not to shoot. When I see Kuminga drive to the basket, then kick it back out, I'm like, that's not what Kuminga wants to do. But I also think those guys still are good enough and have played enough basketball to where, I could still see Kuminga stay on the floor and be effective. Wasn't tonight, but I can see that. Same with Moses Moody. With James Wiseman, it's like, holy shit. They are asking him to do things that he had never done. Rebound the basketball. Try to play defense. Catch a basketball. They are asking him to do things that all Wiseman wants to do. Set a screen. I could go on and on and on, but you get what I mean. All he wants to do is get the ball, dribble, and shoot. It's all he wants to do. And he has never, ever, ever failed doing that until now. And now he's trying to learn how to play winning basketball. And it's not going to happen this year. It's definitely not happening in the postseason. It's not going to happen next year, like you said. So, and now they have to pay him to. And so Fitz has been awful. He's doing his usual stuff. Frankly, I think his reasoning for trying to sell Wiseman actually turns fans away from him.
Agreed.
Dude, we see it. We see it. Everybody sees it. He got dunked on by Isaiah Hartenstein's a fine player, but come on, man.
Isaiah Hartenstein is on Sam's hipster list of free agent targets every year.
Warriors really need him. Warriors really need someone. Like he's like a shittier Jakob Poeltl even, but he's like perfect. Yeah. And Wiseman's just getting dunked through the ground by him. It's just like, dude, what are we doing here?
He knows who he is, and that's the thing with Wiseman. You hit it on the head, actually. I love that way you explained it. This is probably the first time in his life, like, just shooting jump shots doesn't lead to wins. First time meaning the Warriors experience, not like this year specifically. And usually when a player hits a level where what they've done in the past doesn't work, it takes a while, and then it's a question of, are you going to adjust, or are you just going to be that like losing player? I don't think he's hit that level at any stage. Like, when I watch him, tell me if you disagree with me. Do you feel like he's more than 2 years away from being a winning player at this point?
At least, yeah. At least.
He strikes me as a guy. I think there's a winning player in there. He's got the physical tools. Effort's not really an issue with him. Like, he definitely runs. He tries. Yeah. He just doesn't really know what to do to impact winning at this level. And like, it's gonna take a while. And that's just, tonight was a perfect example of that. He was playing against Jericho Sims, who's the third string center for the Knicks, getting dunked on. Isaiah Hartenstein. It's like, these are guys who, and Evan Mobley, like high picks who are young, dominate because they're ready and that sort of thing. And he's just not there. And it's that simple. We got a super chat from Solomon's Tech saying Wiseman might be worse in the league. I don't know about that. I think the difference is Wiseman would typically be on Houston. Like, so people aren't noticing it, but the fact that he's on a team who's trying to defend their title, it looks really bad. Like, imagine some of those Houston players, like maybe a Jalen Green coming in trying to chuck shots with Steph and Poole and stuff next to him. We'd be like, this guy's the worst player in the league, you know? It's all about situation in some ways, and sometimes I just feel like he needs to go to a rebuilding team and get like 150 games under his belt.
200, yeah, whatever it is. William Mitchell had a super chat earlier that kind of went right dovetailed into what we're talking about. Ritter and Fitz doing propaganda for Wiseman has aged everyone except 8 years. Everyone 8 years except for the guy who actually needs to grow up. I mean, it's. I think that's really the most annoying part because Wiseman isn't the reason that they lost this game. He's not the reason that they lost to Indiana, right? The Warriors have been not good this season. Now, is his roster spot one of the reasons why the Warriors don't have a veteran player? I would say yes. I mean, he gets paid a lot of money to be very bad. And I think the Warriors could have other players in that role or just other people in that role, right? So I think that's now when we talk about in the future, everybody's all, us included, talking about the trade deadline. It's, are you just going to roster dump that spot? Because how on God's green earth are you paying him $12 million? And then you're paying the taxes that go along with that. How? Is the other option just dumping Draymond's contract, Clay's contract? Who's taking Clay's contract? Andrew Wiggins not going anywhere.